And I looked out my window, driver's window, and I could see with my eyes for the first time this monster of a tornado.
The deafening roar, unlike anything else in the world, forever ingrained into the minds of those who live through what we now call Terrible Tuesday. Storm spotters like Dale Cheek were assigned to places like Memorial Stadium that day.
Glen Whatley was there with me. We were parked beside each other and discussing what was going on.
This is WB5SXX out of
Whatley would be the first person to call the tornado. Soon after, sirens rang out. 12-year-old Sedona Rogers saw the storm firsthand from outside her home near Southwest and Fairway.
All of a sudden, people across the street start shouting and hollering and, take cover, it's coming, and all of a sudden all you can see is this huge black, cloud. I'd never noticed a cloud on, clouds are up here, they're not down here.
That cloud turned out to be an F4 tornado headed directly for her. Quickly, she took cover in a neighbor's house in an interior hallway.
All of a sudden it got real still, and I remember looking up, and I looked straight up, and it's blue skies, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And about that time, the neighbor lady grabs me and shoves my head back down and says, it's the eye, it's the eye.
The 12-year-old's family home was completely destroyed. It would be one of over 3,000 in the city that suffered the same fate.
The landmarks were gone. You would lose your orientation of where you were. You knew where you were trying to get to, and the things that you had seen all your life were no longer there.
Shannon, evening co-anchor for News Channel 6, was working that day.
We had time to tell people it's here, take cover now, and then we lost power.
With no power and no way to broadcast, Shannon and other crews headed towards the damage. When she got close to the mall, an ambulance crew approached Shannon and asked if she could help take injured to the hospital. She agreed to go, but was told they could only take the seriously injured.
To have to leave those that were not seriously injured and have to leave the dead, it was heartbreaking. And the screams of the people in the ambulances, we had to jump curbs to get around the traffic. I'll never forget it. What I saw was what got out first. And when I said, it looks like a war zone, that is indeed what it looked like. Everything was brown and bleak and bad.
A path of destruction across the entire city, 45 lives lost, over 1,700 injured. Homes, businesses, cars, all destroyed. McNeil Elementary School in ruin.
I can remember being 12 years old and crying when I saw the photos, because I thought no one would have lived, there would have been high casualties in that school had school been going on.
In the days and weeks after the storm, Wichita Falls began to pick up the pieces.
People helped each other. That's what we had, was each other. And that's what the neighbors did. They took each other in, they cried on their shoulders. They were there to support each other. There was nobody else to help at that time.
A day like Terrible Tuesday hasn't happened in Texoma since 1979. Over 4 decades later, we all still need to be prepared for the day another storm like that happens again.
We need to plan for that kind of tornado happening again, because there's nothing to say it won't, and eventually it will. It will happen again in the area, and you got to be ready for it.